Good morning, Dan from Rhubarb Car Sales. Welcome back to another video. Early start this morning. So I'm down here. I've got a smart repair guy coming. It's 7:30. It's still dark outside, but he's coming at 9 o'clock. And he's doing my wife's. My wife's got a little scuff on her front bumper on her car, so I need him to sort that out. My normal paint man is always too busy doing my jobs. I'm just watching my bucket. I've got this bucket filling up. Yes, my normal paint man's too busy doing my jobs to do. It's like my Volvo. I've got some work on my Volvo to do that I've been waiting 12 months for. But there's always one of my cars jumps in front of a queue. So I've got a smart repair guy that I know coming out to do my wife's car, but I need to clean it before he comes because it's absolutely disgusting. I was supposed to do it yesterday, but I didn't get time yesterday. And other things. So that's my wife's BM. It looks better on camera than it actually is, but it's absolutely minging. It's filthy. Look at the front alloys. Honestly, it's absolutely disgusting. It's due a service and MOT this week as well, so I'm going to get this little bit of paint done. I don't even know if I can see it now. It's one of these bumper corners. That's all it is. We've caught that bumper corner somewhere. I barely drive it really, but I'd be surprised if she's caught it. I think it's probably somebody that's come out and turned against her, because she's, in fairness to her, don't tell her, but she's quite a good driver. She's an advanced driver, so she's better than I am, but I won't admit that often. So yeah, I need to get that sorted. I've got an hour to get that cleaned up. Then I need to pull the Fiesta out, which is a shame because it's peeing it down outside, and I wanted to machine polish that, but it's in for service and MOT today, so it's going to have to get mucky, and I'm going to have to wash it again before I machine polish it. So I'm going to have to pull that out. And then the smart repair guy's doing her BMW, I'm going to get on with doing the Corsa. I'm going to do the interior clean inside here on the Corsa. So that's what I'm doing. Let me get on, I'll update you soon. So there we go, just about done in time. I think it's about 9 o'clock now. Wife's car all nice and clean. Cracking car, this really is a nice car. Our first BM really. Probably had it about 18 months, 2 years maybe now. Bit of a funny story. I love the alloys and colour. I always think a dark car with beige interior looks well. So yeah, she's always been she's a bit of a car nut. And she had Civics before, so she had a Civic Bread Van style EP3, Civic Sport, metallic blue. That were a lovely car. She had that for about 8 years. She had that for a long time. Then she changed to the next style. Is it Mark 8 Civic Type S GT? And she got that one from a Honda dealer in Nottingham. Panoramic roof, red, all matching side skirts and all that sort of thing. Low miles. And that was a lovely car, but kids came along, so it was only a 3-door. So then she fancied an SUV, so we got a Kia Sportage, boggy basic spec, 1.7 diesel. It was a nice car. We didn't have many problems with it. It was just boring. It was just a fridge freezer. She loved it. She liked being high up. She liked being in an SUV, but like I say, it was just it was reliable, it was fine, it just didn't have any character. And then I said to her, next time we change car, we'll get you something that you like, something really nice, because she always was gutted about getting rid of the Civic. So she decided we narrowed it down to an X3. She wanted this colour, she wanted the beige interior, or cream interior, panoramic roof. And we narrowed it down to this spec, which is what do they call it now? X-Drive. X-Drive is the 4-wheel drive. It's a 2-litre diesel. X-Line. I think it's an X-Line, which is like, we didn't want an M Sport because we read on the reviews that M Sport ruins the drive. It becomes too firm. And if you're driving an SUV, why do you want an SUV that's got a sporty drive? You want it to be comfortable, to be carting family around. So we found the X line has the looks of the M Sport, but without being too harsh a drive. And we looked for months and months, and I said, look, you're not going to find one. It were sort of midnight one night, and we were laid in bed. I said, look, you're not going to find one. I said, there's a black one here with a panoramic roof, or there's a blue one here without a panoramic roof. I said, there's going to be something that you're going to have to not have. Unless you go to BMW and buy a brand new one, you're not going to get the exact spec that you want. Anyway, we had one last little look on Auto Trader, and this popped up. And she went, what's this then? And she sort of showed me. I went, yeah, that's nice. And it were a really nice dealer in East Midlands, Sutton in Coalfield. What was the name of his dealership called now? I follow him. Oh, Silver Birch Motor Company. Has some lovely, lovely cars in. Really, really nice fella. And we bought this just over the phone call. We put a deposit on it. Spoke to him online. He does some really good walk round videos. And yeah, just has really, really nice stock in. So we bought this over the telephone, give him deposit, and she went down on trade and picked it up. And it's been faultless, really has been faultless. We can't fault it. So like I said, we've just picked up this little scrape here, and we don't know where it's come from, really. None of us have any idea where it's come from. So yeah, we're just coming out to get that scrape done today. But yeah, it's come up lovely. I've not waxed that. That's just, used a citrus pre-wash, rinsed that off, snow foamed it, washed it, and then dried it. And it's always been a really, really nice car to clean. It just washes really, really nice. Right, I'm going to go because my paint man should be here soon. I'm going to get the Fiesta over to get service and MOT'd. Hopefully we need to get that advertised this week. I'm going to get on with cleaning the Corsa. That needs to get advertised this week. I need some stock up for sale. So that's what I'm going to do now. So my man's gone, the paint's done. BMW's back to perfection. Really good colour match and really nice finish. Really nice lad. James from Revive over in Wakefield. Mobile, smart repair guy. Top job. So Mrs is happy again that BMW's back to tip top. I've been getting on with the Corsa while James has been doing the BM, which is nice because I've not had chance to do this for ages. I haven't valeted a car for ages, and to be honest, I was kind of wanting to do this one because of the colour. I really like the colour of the car. I didn't take any video of inside before I started because James was here and he probably thought I'd be a weirdo walking around talking to myself. So I didn't do any videos of inside, but it were filthy, absolutely filthy inside, and it's come up lovely. I've hoovered it all. This looks patchy because it's still drying, but I've wet vacked it all-purpose clean. I've done all the plastics. It's all nice and clean. I've just got the windows to do now. The windows are filthy, so I'm just going to do the windows. But like I say, I've done everything else and it's much cleaner in here now. Smells nice and clean. So you can see how it's, you can't see how bad it is on camera actually, but it's really dirty in all the door shuts. That's what I've took out of it. Yuck, I think that he sat in that. Absolutely disgusting. That is filthy. Really, honestly, really was dirty. So just want to get it outside and get it. I've done all the boot. It's got all the tyre kit in there. There's no spare wheel. But it doesn't look like it's ever had one. It must have a. Is it in there? The kit. So there's a machine. I'm assuming this should be one of them tyre gel things in there. So I might have to get a tyre foam thing and put that in there. I've done all the parcel shelf. This was full of little white dog hair. So all the parcel shelf's done. Like I say, I'm just going to get the windows done and then get it outside and get the outside cleaned, which I'm looking forward to doing. I prefer doing outsides to interiors. Right. See you in my next clip. There we go, so I've just brought it in, I've washed it outside and it just started to rain, but wow, what a car that has made. That is absolutely stunning. Just got it running, just drying the seats out inside, but I think that looks absolutely fantastic. Those alloys, wing mirrors, that colour. Beautiful condition. Really, really is nice now. Look at that, that's going to make a good shot. I've got the plates off, cleaned all behind the plates. I've got a new set of plates at home that should come today with a bit of luck. Them alloys really set it off. They look lovely. That's a fab little car. 60,000 miles or 59, just short of 60. Don't get many cars like that. So inside's just drying out. That's all nice and clean now. Superb. Right, so I'm just going to get some wax on it now. I'll put it down somewhere over there. I'm going to get some auto glim on it. Super resin polish. That's what I'm going with today. Auto glim super resin. In all fairness, you don't really need it. Nobody's going to notice really, but just for my peace of mind, get a bit of polish on. And then we're good to get it up for sale, get some photographs done and get it advertised. Well, that's me packing up for today. That's Monday over with. Really enjoyed today. It's just been a nice chilled pace. I've been really busy myself. Enjoyed doing a bit of valeting, which I've not had a chance to do for ages. Obviously got my wife's car washed this morning. Then I've spent all day doing this. Look how stunning that is. Got that all photographed and advertised now. So you may have seen my YouTube upload. I've got it on Facebook. And it'll be going on my website later, which will then go out to eBay Motors, Gumtree. Really, really optimistic about that. That's a cracking little car. And that's it. That's as much as I can tell you today, really. I've got hopefully going to auction tomorrow. We'll see what we pick up at auction. See if we can get a couple of new bits in. Fiesta failed. The 8 grand Fiesta failed its MOT on what I knew it were going to fail on anyway, really. That, if you remember, it had that broken coil spring on the near side front. So that's all it's failed on, is the coil spring. MOT test says, other than that, it's a really good car. He said it's probably just that coil spring snapped from being stood. Don't do cars any good being stood, which is what I said to you when I found it was snapped. So it's getting a new spring on tomorrow, and then that'll be back, and then it'll go down to paint shop for that bumper corner and the near side quarter painting. Okay, so I'll catch you tomorrow in the auction video. Although this video will probably go out after the auction video, so I'll mix things up a bit there, but you know what I mean. I'll see you in the past. Good afternoon, Dan from Rhubarb Car Sales. Right, I'm just rounding up the weekly update video. So I dropped a couple of videos last night. Look at me down with the kids. So I dropped a couple of videos last night. So we did the unboxing video and the G3 auction video. I've not done much filming down here this week. because what have I been doing? Tuesday I did the astonbarclay, went to the auction at astonbarclay. Thursday I was at the auction at G3. Friday today I've had a day off. Friday yesterday I had a day off. Took the good lady out for a meal. So not only did she had a Bosch washing machine, a full service and MOT, she also got a bit of my time and a free meal yesterday. So honestly, lucky lady, does not know she's born. So yeah, I had a day off yesterday, and then today we've been to the cinema this morning, and I've got somebody coming at 3 o'clock to pick up the green Corsa. So I just thought I'd do a quick roundup of the videos that I dropped last night. Something a bit different with the unboxing video. Thanks for the engagement with that one. And then nice to see the comments on the G3 video. Again, nice to get to a different auction, see some different stock, see some different people. Some good feedback on that. Looks like some good cars are going to come in on Monday. So we'll get them, me and Rich, we'll get them picked up on Monday, and we'll get those over to HQ. Interesting comment on that. Sorry, I can't remember who commented, but somebody said, great stock, Dan, lovely cars, but didn't you need some little cheapies? And yeah, I did. I needed some little sort of 295, 2995, 3295, 3495 stuff, but it just weren't there. So I've got the G3 invoice in front of me here. So those 3 cars, including fees, were just over £10,500. That's the biggest auction spend I've ever had. £10,500 for those 3 cars. Now I've added it up. I think they're about £14,000 retail. So 5 for the Igo, 6 for the Polo. To be fair, I've got the Polo cheap at 6. It should be 6,195, but I think I'm going to do it at 5,995 just for a quick turnaround. So 5 and 6 is 11, and the Qashqai is, they've got it down at 2,995. To be honest, it's that good. Like with a Polo, I'm going to do it a little bit cheaper. The Qashqai is so good, I'm going to do it a little bit dearer. I think that'll do, I think I've got it at 3,295 on the website. I think it'd do 3,495. Obviously I've not driven it yet, but I think that is good value at 3,295. So we've got a 5, a 6 and a 3. 14 grand retail. So not really great business that. Even though I'm happy with the 3 cars, 10.5 grand investment, and then I've got to prep them. So let's say I spend £500 per car, that's another 1,500 quid. So that's 12 grand. So 12 grand investment for 14 grand return. Not really good business, is it? But like I said to the person who commented on the video, they were just good cars, and they will just give everywhere in the building a lift. It's nice to have I've not had an 18 plate, nice to have a new shape 18 plate Igo. It's nice to have a 66 plate Polo. Again, I've not had a Polo, so that's really good stock. Everything's under 100,000 miles. Out of the 3, business-wise, the Qashqai is the best buy on paper. I've not driven it yet, but the Qashqai should need 0 prep other than a valet. It's just been serviced in October. It's got MOT till November, and it should be a wash and sell job, which I don't often get, if I'm honest. So out of the 3, the Qashqai was the cheapest. It was the least amount of money, needs the least amount of prep, and it's got just as much profit in it as the other 2. The Igo needs some mechanical prep. It's got advisories on the previous MOT for 2 tyres. It says all 4 springs are corroded, so we're going to get that up on the ramps and have a look at that. And the other ones were just slight playing ball joints or whatever. So we're going to get that up on the ramp. Rich is going to prep that one for me, and then we'll get an MOT on it. The Polo hopefully doesn't need anything mechanical. That needs bodywork. So yeah, out of the 3, the Qashqai's the best buy out of them, really. So yeah, let's have a quick look around the unit anyway. I'll flip you around. And let's have a look what's going on in here. So I've got the KA back. Me and Mitch were just stood over there, we're like, oh, it's got a bit stale in here now. You know, these cars have been around a long time. The Cougar and Mazda haven't been here very long, but I've not had, really annoying with the Mazda. Usually, these have got like 50 views on Auto Trader. That's got about 50 views. The Mazda's hit 300 views. So that's getting looked at loads and loads of times. 300 views. And annoyingly, I've not had one single inquiry. So I don't know what's worse, cars not getting views or cars that are getting views and not having any inquiries. I've got the Fiesta, the hot magenta Fiesta's missing. That's gone over for its cam belt doing. Hopefully that's going to come back Monday, and then we'll get the other 3 cars in Monday as well. I've also got the KA back, so I dropped the Fiesta off of the cam belt. I picked the KA up at the same time. So that's been sat with the mechanics over at Featherstone for beginning of October. I bought that, so they've had the best part of 2 months on that, and they've done nothing with it. So that's why I've picked it up. I said I'll have it back and me and Rich will get on with it. And we've had a stroke of luck with it as well. If you remember when I bought it, in the video, it wouldn't go into gear, especially reverse. It was really struggling into reverse gear. So I thought, well, it needs a gearbox. Needed a gearbox, and then they took it for an MOT. So it failed on 2 shock absorbers. And then it was also advised on a couple of other bits, brake pipe corroded, rear wheel slightly distorted, so I've got another rear wheel. And it said axle deformed but serviceable. So me and Rich were going, well, I asked the mechanics over there to put a new axle on, new gearbox, and then we had that body work to do as well. So it's all dinted and bashed in down this side. So I've got that body work to do. So it was going to be just a break-even car by the time I did a gearbox, an axle and the body work. However, drove it back from Featherstone, which is about 15 mile maybe, 10, 15 mile. Gearbox is absolutely perfect. Struggled to get it into gear at first, but I drove it and it just freed up. By the time I got back here, I pulled up and I was like, Rich, I think we've had a stroke of luck. The gearbox is fine, went into every gear. Feels like it's had a brand new clutch put on it at some point because the clutch went right to the floor. The biting point was really low. And yeah, Rich spun it round car park. He was like, yeah, every gear, perfect. So I think it must have been the gear linkage cables underneath. So that's fantastic. All we've got to do on that now really is, well, I've got a couple of options. I could put a couple of dampers on, 2 dampers, put an MOT on it, sell it as a cheap part X to clear. It'll probably owe me about £1,000 and I could stick it up at 12.95. Part X to clear, rough body work, but it's got 12 months of MOT and it's a good runner. Or I can put the axle on, put the do the paint, do the body work on the side, give it a good valet. This seat needs either replacing or repairing, so I might get the needles out and repair that seat. But it is a titanium spec. It's actually not bad. Like I said, this side looks fine. It's perfectly clean and tidy. It's a good little runner. I think it's 92,000 miles on it. Needs a 4 badge. Like I say, it's titanium spec. It's a decent spec. Is it one owner? Yeah, one former keeper, 1.2 titanium, 92,000 miles. No service history, unfortunately, but I might be able to track some down. So if I did the work, I could probably 2495 it, 2295, somewhere around there. Anyway, that's got shoved it back at queue now because, like I said, we've got the 3 new cars coming in and the Fiesta to get up for sale, and we've got the other blue Fiesta down in the body shop getting the welding done. So that's probably to the back of the queue, but that's a little project for me and Rich over Christmas to get that back axle off, change the axle, get the new dampers on and get an MOT on that. So the Corsa's gone. Friend and subscriber has bought that one. So my friend who watches the channel, his mum bought the Nissan Note off me, if you remember the silver Nissan Note. So these are they're actually on the way, so I need to get on with just giving this another little fettle really, just freshen it up. I've got a set of fresh reg plates down here to put on, so I need to get them on before they come. And give it a coat of waterless wax. And probably just give it another flick around with the Hoover inside. I've got the Genichem products down here, so I'm going to try and get it smelling like ice cream. And yeah, they're very excited to pick that up today. Hopefully that's a good car for them. Right, so that's the end of the weekly update. Sorry if it was a bit of a ramble, a lot of information to tell you there. Thanks again for watching. As you can tell, I'm doing lots of different stuff at the minute. So we're doing unboxing videos, we're keeping up with the auction videos. New cars coming in next week. So lots and lots to do before Christmas really. I don't expect doing much over the Christmas period. So our main focus is just to get these cars prepped. Get everything prepped, get everything, use this quiet period to get everything prepped, everything up for sale before Christmas so we can hit the ground running in January. Thanks again for watching. Please keep commenting. If you're enjoying the content, please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate the subscribers going up. And catch up with you next week. I'll start another video on Monday with me and Rich picking up the 3 cars from G3. Thank you, take care, keep safe.